want to discuss head and tail commands. And tomorrow I'll be finishing with the V editor and few more topics, one or two topics are left actually. So for that I'll make a video and I'll put it. So for that there will not be any class. Okay. So since we designed 8 classes for it, so tomorrow 8 classes will be over. And, so the portion which is left that will cover in a separate video and that will put it. Okay, let me log into the system. Okay, so today we'll discuss head and tail. This is really important. From my experience, I found it since you're exploring some log files and all. In that case, if you have to look into top of the file, end of the file, mid of the file, if you have to do so, we don't have to struggle if we have, if we know the head and tail file, tail commands. So for that, let us create a one file. Let's not create a file. We'll try to get it from already existing log files. So since if we pass the head command and the name of the file, in that case, if you don't pass the any parameter, then it should give us out 10 lines. And if you want n number of lines, in that case, we can pass that option -n, and let's say 7 is there. So it will give us the top 7 lines of that file. Okay. And we can also pass in this way. Okay. So after that, if we are looking for the files in bytes, if we're looking files in bytes, so in that case, -c option will give you the bytes. Okay. So this has printed the 100 bytes from the top. Okay. Now if we have two files are there, so let's create one more file. Let's add data to it. And let's say I want to take output of the two files. So for 7 lines, so it will show us, see, the first file 7 lines are there, so it's showing us the 7 line, and the second file only 2 lines are there, it's showing us the 2 lines. then it comes to the tail. So in tail, basically, we'll see the bottom of the file. That means if you're looking something from the bottom of the file, then we can. So I'll replace this head with the tail. And now it will show us two files. Let me remove one file. It will show us the bottom from bottom seven lines. Similarly, if we want to see the without an option, we can pass that number and we can check. And by default in both the cases, it will be 10 lines. Whether it's a head is there or tail is there. Now if we want to skip some files, some lines, so that with same command, only we need to replace with tail. Okay. Then head and tail if you want to use together. So let's say, let me copy this command and then I'll explain. Copy it. So let's say we want to get the 5 top lines after 51st line. So first with the help of tail, from the bottom we'll get 56th lines onwards. And then we'll take the top 5 lines out of that. So let me pass the file name here. Okay. So whatever output is came from tail, so the same output is passed to the pipe sign to the head, and the head is picking up out of those top lines. So similarly, we can achieve the same thing with head. So this will give us the top 55 lines, and out of top 55 lines, we are picking bottom 5 lines. So see the output of both the files are same, right? Okay. And now I would like to give little bit of introduction of V editor, and tomorrow I'll explain in detail. So now what happens when we work in Windows, we can simply go to some file and we click on that file, and that file opens with some notepad, or if you have notepad plus plus, the files open there, and you write, delete or modify some content of that file, and then you save it simply by control S on in Windows, right? But here in Linux you need to save the data, because since everything works from the terminal, so there is command for that. First you need to open the file. So to open the file, there is a command, or editor is there, V editor is there. So with the help of V editor, we'll open that particular text file, or the file which we have to edit. Okay. So if you are creating your file first time, in that case you will see here the blank screen, and here on the bottom you will see that file name, and to insert the content into, you need to press I. So here, to do some operations, there are some shortcuts are there, or keywords are there. With the help of those, you can insert the data, modify data, and delete it. So when you press on I, now the insert mode will be on. So then you can write down your contents. Let's say this is my first file in V editor. Now you can write down the way you have been writing in your text editor. This is second line. Okay. Now here in Windows, simply we do Control S and the things get saved. But here a little different option is there. So you need to press on escape after this. Remember, press on escape. So if you see in the bottom, you are seeing insert option. So that option will go off. Once that is gone, then you need to press colon, shift colon, and after colon, now there are different options are there. Okay, so I'm saying WQ. Okay, and then I'm quitting it. So that means I'm writing the file to the writing the data to the file, and then I'm quitting from the editor. Now if I go to this file, the content should be there. So let me cat it to see the data inside it. The file name was ABC. The same contents we can see now. So if we need to modify now, since earlier we opened that V editor and only there was nothing was there inside that, and we added two files. Now if we open it again, see, now we'll find out two lines which we have written into this file, right? Okay. Now to edit this file, we need to again press insert. Insert means I option. So with I option, it will come into insert mode. And here down you can see it is in insert mode. And you go to the line where you want to put the data. Just move your cursor with up and down arrow keys. So here is modified line. Okay. Now once you have added one more line, now you have to come out of it. But before coming out of it, like you do in your Windows, you save your file, right? Or it asks you to save your file, right? So here you need to press on escape and then shift column, and then after that W key option, then exclamation sign, and then enter. Now that data is saved into that. How we will come to know that whether data is saved into that or not? You can check it here again. So this is how we can see our data into this. Okay. So tomorrow we'll be discussing. I'll be just talking about VEditor. In VEditor, different modes are there. All the modes we'll be discussing. Apart from that, we'll be discussing how to search data in a file if the bigger file is there, how to replace the some keywords if you have to, or some text you have to replace it, how you can do that. So all those options will be discussed there tomorrow. It's tomorrow's class. Okay.